The following is a presentation of ABC's Wide World of Sports, home of the World and U.S. Figure Skating Championships.
In a series that's covered 36,000 miles.
Everywhere around the world, they come to America.
Across 14 time zones.
Oh, Canada.
To 6 events. Only a few have made it here.
Back in the USSR.
To the Grand Prix final. Today, season-long rivalries in the talent-rich ladies competition will be resolved. Arina Slutskaya defeated Michelle Kwan in last year's Grand Prix final to win the Grand Prix series. And she beat her again this year at Skate Canada in their lone head-to-head meeting. But Michelle has what this irrepressible spirit wants, a world title. Last year they finished 1-2. It was her last win over the Russian. Another world champion lurks. Maria Butirskaya has been overlooked before. The elegant veteran from Moscow is at her most dangerous when the focus is on others. Then there's the surging 15-year-old Sarah Hughes. Each time during this series she stood on the medal stand. But at the Grand Prix final, everyone knows there's very little room at the top. The ladies' rivalry intensifies next. The long road of the Grand Prix Series has led to Tokyo, Japan. With its vast maze of winding streets and buildings that seem to grow on top of each other, it's the largest metropolitan area in the world. And all season long, skaters have squared off around the globe for the right to earn a trip to Tokyo. Today, inside Yoyogi Stadium, the top 6 skate for the gold medal here as we kick off our coverage of the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final. Presented by Kia Motors. The ladies on the ice warming up. You won't find a better lineup anywhere. It includes Michelle Kwan, the 3-time world champion who won this event in '96. She hasn't won it since. Arina Slutskaya of Russia, the defending champion here. She's beaten Kwan already this season. And you can never count out the '99 world champion, Maria Butirskaya from Russia. Also here, the 15-year-old from the U.S. Silver medalist, Sarah Hughes, skating as well as anyone. So as we check the lineup, those 4 are joined by Yelena Sokolova of Russia and Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan. Those are the top 6 from the Grand Prix Series this fall. Now, the Grand Prix final follows a unique format. You've got 3 phases of the competition. A short program worth 1/3 of the score, a free skate worth 2/3 of the score. That sets up the standings heading into the super final, where number 1 meets number 2 for the championship here. You've got to be in the top 2 heading to the super final to have a shot at the gold medal.
1番ミシェル・クワンさん、アメリカ。
Along with Peggy Fleming and Peter Carruthers, I'm Terry Gannon. We're set for the short programs here in Tokyo, and it is Michelle Kwan who will be on the ice first. She recently won her 5th U.S. National Championship in Boston, but it was her loss last year to Slutskaya in this event that made her realize she's got to step it up to stay on top.
She's skating to East of Eden by Lee Holdridge. I think this is a beautiful number for Michelle. I think this could be one of her signature numbers of all time. She's opening with a double axel. This is a critical jump here, this triple Lutz double toe combination. Very solid, very easy. footwork section very effective. Wonderful choreography by Lori Nickel, who's worked with her for many years.
The joy in her skating, terrific, and the position in this layback. Wonderful variation, the foot close to the ice. Great variation.
And her signature spiral is absolutely spectacular. Just wonderful, as usual.
Coming into this event, she had been perfect with her short programs throughout the season. Skate America, which she won over Sarah Hughes. Skate Canada, which she ended up losing to Arena Slutskaya. And then, of course, at the U.S. National Championships, one of her best performances ever in the short program there in Boston.
Well, she is so solid.
Her most difficult element in the program, the triple Lutz double toe loop. She really has wonderful upper body strength. She doesn't stray from her technique, and that allows her nice timing and beautiful execution on that. And she follows through here with the triple flip. I really like the way she keeps her shoulders over her hips, gets up over her right side, and has a wonderful landing on that, skating out of it with beautiful flow.
And here's a look at the judges working this ladies short program. There are 7 on the panel here at the Grand Prix final. Peter, what about the deductions in the short?
Well, all of these deductions that we're looking at are jump specific. Of course, the biggest deduction would be up to 4/10 on a fall, but simply touching down with a free foot or a hand, that can take off 1 to 2/10. Really what you want is a jump with a clean landing and a nice exit.
Now, along with Frank Carroll, it can't help her to be the first one skating here. Judges always leaving some room. The first set of marks now for required elements, 5.6 to 5.8.
Marks that seem a little bit low, as a matter of fact, the 5.6 from Russia.
And now the presentation, oh, look at those. All 5.8s for presentation.
Well, she is absolutely exquisite.
So Michelle Kwan gets things underway here at the Grand Prix final. We're coming back with one of the 3 Russians in this event. The 21-year-old from Moscow, Yelena Sokolova, is next.
Number 3, representing Russia, Yelena Sokolova.
Welcome back to Tokyo and the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final, presented by Kia Motors. Michelle Kwan has already skated. Here is Yelena Sokolova of Russia, the 21-year-old who had an excellent Grand Prix series, a 3rd at Skate America, a 2nd place at Cup of Russia.
Yelena has great energy in her skating. She's opening with this triple Lutz double toe right here. Looked like she kind of double-footed that landing on the triple Lutz.
This is an edge jump, meaning no toe pick will jab in to get her into the air. She has to edge off for the triple loop. Nice there.
These are the top 6 skaters from the Grand Prix Series. Yelena finished in the tie for 4th with Sarah Hughes. She earned 16 points.
And this move coming up, this double axel, watch her entrance going in with this spread eagle position. And now she jumps up into this double axel with her hand over her head and then lands in a spread eagle. Very pretty. Wonderful footwork section here. She gets good speed, covers the ice well. Very nice. Very solid performance. Had a lot of personality.
Yelena Sokolova, who went to the World Championships in '98 and placed 8th. She hasn't been back since. She's trying to make the world team for the Russians still with her performance here. We'll come back to Tokyo and check her marks in a moment. Up next, the young teenager from the U.S. who is having the time of her life this season. Sarah Hughes has medaled 3 times in 3 events in the Grand Prix Series. Now she takes the ice here at the final. As progressive as Tokyo is, there are plenty of old world sites here. This is the Kamidanemon Gate in front of the Buddhist temple in town, one of the main tourist attractions here. Well, a reminder, Saturday, some of the globe's top teams battle in the pairs and ice dance competitions here in Tokyo. And then on Sunday, Timothy Gable, Yevgeny Plushenko, and Alexei Yagudin lead the field as the men take the ice here at the ISU Grand Prix Final presented by Kia Motors. And it all happens next weekend right here on ABC Sports.
4番サラ・ヒューズさん、アメリカ。
Number 4, representing USA, Sarah Hughes.
Meanwhile, the ladies' short program continues here in Tokyo. Here's the 15-year-old from the U.S., Sarah Hughes, who recently won the silver medal at the U.S. Nationals.
And she's skating to Vocalise by Rachmaninoff. There's a wonderful freedom and flow to this number. And watch this landing of this double axel, this wonderful edge that she holds right there. Wonderful control and extension.
By the way, the marks for Yelena Sokolova range from 4.8 to 5.6 overall. So the Russian skater is right behind Michelle Kwan in 2nd place.
It'll be important for her to land the triple Lutz double loop. Each one on one foot. There's the first, the second, nice. Oops, except for that little hitch on the landing.
And this is a spectacular flying camel position. Incredible extension.
3 medals in 3 events in the Grand Prix Series for Sarah Hughes. Some thought she should have won the gold at Skate America, where she captured the silver. Finished in the standings in a tie for 4th with Yelena Sokolova.
Oh, and she only did a double flip instead of a triple. This wonderful sense of flow and feeling for this music is quite extraordinary. combination spin, beautiful layback position, and back sit up to this stretch position. Well, not one of her best performances. I'm sure that's not what she wanted to do tonight, and I think that's going to hurt her quite a bit.
The 15-year-old from Great Neck, New York, a sophomore in high school still. It's hard to believe. Sarah Hughes.
Triple Lutz as she enters in. Rotation is okay. So close with a possible touchdown, but it's this landing here that's a problem. Hopping around on the end of that jump, not what she wanted. And then the flying camel. A nice arch in the back with the toe pointed nicely, then falling to the inside edge, and of course extended beautifully here at the end.
Robin Wagner, who she has been working with for 5 years now. She started out as her choreographer, then switched to being her coach, which she is now. The first set of marks for Sarah, 4.9 to 5.2 the range. 5.2 is coming from the USA judge and the Canadian judge. Now the presentation marks, 5.3 up to 5.5 is the range there. So Sarah Hughes right now in third place behind Yelena Sokolova. Still to skate the overall leader here, Arina Slutskaya. But up next, Maria Butirskaya trying to win this title for the first time in her career. After this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Simply the best. Michelle Kwan, Brian Boitano, Elvis Stoico, Nicole Bobek, Todd Eldridge, Rudy Galindo, and more. Live like you've never seen them before. Don't miss John Hancock, Champions on Ice.
Terry Gannon, Peggy Fleming, Peter Carruthers with you ringside here in Tokyo as the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final presented by Kia Motors continues. The ladies short program, Kwan, Sokolova, Hughes, your top three right now. But here's the 99 world champion from Russia, Maria Butirskaya, the 28-year-old from Moscow, twice the European champion.
For Maria, it will simply be a question of controlling her nerves, settling down into her timing.
And this is very important, this opening combination jump, this triple Lutz double toe.
Beautiful.
She is so determined. And this element coming up, this triple flip, is what she fell on at the Europeans just a few weeks ago.
And again.
Did it again.
She banded her timing. That's why she had the fall.
What do you mean by that?
The nice timing she had on the first triple Lutz allowed her to get up in the air and really create the rotation. But on that jump, she rushed, and she really didn't get to experience the height that she needed.
Sometimes that's what nerves do to you. They mess up your timing. You can't relax into it.
A gold medal at Nations Cup in Germany, a gold at Trophy La Ligue, a silver NHK trophy. She lost to Arina Slutskaya there.
She is such a lovely skater. It's just too bad she had that fall again on that triple flip. And again, that's probably going to cost her a lot.
It's been tough recently for her, too, because the loss at the European Championships to Arina Slutskaya, then she came down with strep throat. So she lost a lot of practice time since then. She's trying to get back to form here in Tokyo. Maria Butirskaya.
And here was her combination at the beginning of the program, this triple Lutz double toe. Here she's reaching back and goes nice and straight in the air. Good speed in between these jumps and a nice extension on that landing. And here was her triple flip that she had major problems on. She just didn't have the timing to get that lift, and she's leaning and her arms are out and not real tight, and she just can't turn fast enough to complete the revolutions. It was a disaster for her.
The box for Maria Butirskaya.
And she had been practicing the triple axel and hopes to get it in one of her programs at some point here. Now, alongside Yelena Tchaikovskaya, the first set for required elements in the 5.3, 5.4 range.
Well, that 4/10 deduction coming right off of the mark. You could see that 3 would be a 5.7, 4 would be a 5.8 had she not had that fall.
Presentation marks 5.7s, 5.8s. Every judge putting Maria Butirskaya into second place. She's right behind Michelle Kwan. When we come back, the 22-year-old from Moscow and 4-time European champion Arina Slutskaya takes the ice trying to defend her title here at the Grand Prix final.
The International Skating Union, the sports federation that governs figure and speed skating worldwide. With a membership of more than 50 countries, the ISU is responsible for the technical control and the direction of the world's most important skating events. The International Skating Union, bringing you grace, power, speed, and champions since 1892.
Back in Tokyo. By the way, that's not a figure skating judge there. That is one of the guards at the Sakura Daman Gate right in front of the Imperial Palace. Tokyo, of course, is the capital city of Japan. Don't forget, next Saturday, the road to gold leads to Slovakia, Bratislava to be exact, as Russian rivals Maria Butirskaya and Arina Slutskaya meet at the European Figure Skating Championships. That's next Saturday at 2 Eastern, right here on ABC Sports.
Arina Slutskaya.
The final skater taking the ice here in the ladies short program of the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final, presented by Kia Motors. Right now it's Michelle Kwan over Maria Butirskaya and then Yelena Sokolova of Russia ahead of Sarah Hughes. But here is Arina Slutskaya, the 22-year-old from Moscow. She won this event last season, so she's trying to defend her title. She has already beaten Michelle Kwan this year.
She's a very athletic skater, and her jumps have wonderful spring to them. And her opening combination is this triple Lutz double toe.
Double loop.
Double loop.
Change that.
Very nice.
Don't forget, this is the first of 3 phases to this competition in Tokyo. You got the short program, the free skate, and then the super final, where the top 2 meet, skate for the championship.
She's got nice speed coming into this triple flip and a good exit on that too, skating fast out of that.
But what makes her jump so wonderful is that spring and that good air that she gets on the jumps.
I think she's really attacking this.
I don't ever get the feeling feeling that she gets nervous for any of these competitions. She looks very relaxed, and she just goes with the flow. This is probably one of the weakest parts of her program, the spiral section. She just does not have the extension that some of the other skaters like Sarah Hughes and Michelle Kwan have. A little shaky on that edge.
Judges certainly respecting her ability to spin, the variation, terrific. And then taking it to the top right here.
She made that look easy.
Yes, I think she will challenge Michelle with these marks because she had a lot of speed in her skating, as you mentioned, good spring, and these spins really go over well with the judges.
Well, she's beaten her already, as we said, in the Grand Prix this season, but she finished right behind Michelle Kwan at the World Championships last season, and in part, that's what this is about, setting up that matchup at Worlds.
She really gets up into the air. A nice position with the shoulders and the lower half of her body allow good rotation. And she continues through with this triple flip. Again, getting up into the air nicely. Perfect, perpendicular to the ice, just the way you want to be to have a successful landing. Good arched back.
All right, so quickly, what do you think?
Well, I think because Irina did a more difficult combination, that triple Lutz double loop is more difficult than the Lutz and toe loop that Michelle did. That might be, you know, the deciding factor. But I think overall, Michelle had it in the overall picture of the program. It's a better program.
Peter?
And for me, I think these spins are hard spins, and it can really turn over big results. And look at this.
Here's the first set coming your way now for required elements, and those extremely high. Remember, Michelle Kwan had a range of 5.6 to 5.8. These marks up to 5.9 from the German judge. Irina Slutskaya with a longtime coach, Jana Gromova. Now for presentation, 5.7 up to 5.9. All but one of the judges putting Irina Slutskaya into first place over Michelle Kwan.
Well, I think that's a real
It's a statement.
Real statement. It is.
The one judge that didn't, the USA judge.
This concludes the judging of the ladies short program.
So here are the standings after round one of the Grand Prix final. What a showdown it's going to be next in the free skate. Irina Slutskaya in the lead over Michelle Kwan. Remember, the short program worth only 1/3 of the score. Then it's Maria Butyrskaya, Yelena Sokolova, Sarah Hughes in 5th, just ahead of Tatiana Malinina heading into the free skate. Up next for the top 3 skaters in the world, the free skate. Irina Slutskaya drawing last to skate as 2 world champions get ready backstage.
5.
Michelle Kwan drawing number 5. And
4.
Maria Butyrskaya 4th to skate. She'll try to turn it around. The 99 world champions got some work to do against the 3-time world champion Michelle Kwan and the defending champ of this event, Irina Slutskaya. Round 2 is next. Welcome back inside Yoyogi Stadium here in Tokyo, Japan. The Ladies Championship continues now. It's on to round 2 here at the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final, presented by Kia Motors. And hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with Peter Carruthers and Peggy Fleming. We saw them in the showdown in the short program just a moment ago, Peggy. We'll see them here in the free skate. We may see Irina Slutskaya again take on Michelle Kwan later in the super final. Now, how does Irina Slutskaya continue to hold off Michelle Kwan?
Well, Terry, you know, technically she could win this, absolutely. But artistically, I really doubt it. You know, Irina is a terrific athlete, but all her eggs are in one basket. And if you take away her jumps, you don't have too much left. On the other hand, while Michelle Kwan is all over it artistically, she has to land every one of her jumps here, including that triple-triple she hasn't landed since last year's Worlds. With Slutskaya's technical content, these judges will cut no slack for Michelle if she backs off of any of the jumps.
So the pressure on both of them, but it's a different kind of pressure from different angles, I guess. Right behind them in the standings, Maria Butir-Skaya and Peter. Of course, she's the 99 world champion. Many times she skates better when the focus is on others.
Well, Maria's beautiful when she's on, but Maria Butir-Skaya has been plagued with inconsistency. She's a streaky skater. Nerves unravel her jumps and she takes hard falls. Now she has to come from behind, but that may take the pressure off her in the free program. If things go wrong, it usually happens at the beginning, and we'll have to watch for that. Technically, Sarah Hughes, 15 years old from the United States, is right on par with the other ladies, but her mistakes in the short program put her in 5th place. She has improved her presentation and has a nice freedom within her skating, but the pressure will be on her to land her triple-triple combination if she hopes to move up in the standings.
So here's a look at the order in which they will skate here in the free skate. Tatiana Malinina gets things underway. Sarah Hughes is 3rd, but then look at the final 3 names, maybe the best 3 skaters in the world for the ladies right now. Maria Butir-Skaya, then Michelle Kwan, and Arina Slutskaya.
Number 1, representing Uzbekistan, Tatiana Malinina.
So we're set to go here with the second portion of the ladies competition. The free skate worth 2/3 of the overall score of rounds 1 and 2, setting up the final standings going into the super final. And here is Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan in 6th place.
And she's skating to Violin Concerto.
Seven triples planned in this free program.
And this is her favorite jump coming up, this triple Lutz.
Beautiful.
Very nice. It looks so easy and light. And that was one of the jumps she fell on in the short program, that triple flip.
Nice triple loop. She's got good timing going. The nerves are in check.
Creating the mood of the violin player in this choreography.
Tatiana, one of the oldest lady skaters on the circuit. She's just 6 months younger than Maria Butir-Skaya. She is 28 years old. But living on the edge in terms of the Grand Prix series and making it to the final the last 2 years. Last year, she missed making it to the final by the vote of 1 judge in that final competition in the series. This year, she was the last skater to make it here.
She is skating very well so far, very steady.
This a critical point in her program. She landed the first triple Lutz at the beginning. Now here's the second, and unfortunate mistake there.
position. And that camel spin. Good stretch on the leg. Double axel. Final scratch spin. Well, she skated pretty steady, except for that one fall in that triple Lutz double toe combination later in the program. But otherwise, pretty nice.
A couple of years ago on the Grand Prix, she was really struggling with the jumps, but she went back, worked on her jumping mechanics, and in spite of the falls, she's really improved her skating.
Much better than the short program, certainly, and maybe more than any other skater. At the end of her program, you can read what just took place just by what is going on in her face.
And this was the beginning of her program that went so well. Her favorite jump, this triple Lutz. And watch the wonderful spring she gets up in the air, real straight turning in the air, nice solid landing. And here's a look at her triple toe. I think she may have two-footed this landing right there. Yes, she did. And it just barely touched down. And this was toward the end of the program where she again attempted this triple Lutz double toe. She just did not finish those rotations, and her legs were still tight together in the air. And you know, when she got onto the ice, she could not hold the landing.
And there's a look at the judges working this ladies free skate. There are 7 of them, by the way, on the panel. And Peter, what about the requirements here?
Well, one of the highlights of the free program will be the jump combination. Some of the ladies will be trying triple triples, 4 different spins, a footwork sequence, 1 spiral sequence, and as always in skating, musical expression, very important.
So she was able to actually complete 4 triples, and we saw the mistakes there, but very close to being a very good free skate here for Tatiana Molina. And now the marks for technical merit, mid-5s.
Well, when you consider what she has done, 5.5 is not a bad mark for her, so she should be pleased with that, certainly not the fall.
And now for presentation, 5.4 up to 5.6, so similar marks for technical merit and presentation for Tatiana Molina now. When we come back, the young teenager from the U.S., Sarah Hughes, 3 medals in 3 Grand Prix Series events. She's in 5th with some work to do now, though. The capital of Japan used to be Kyoto, but just over 130 years ago, it moved east to the city of Tokyo. Good look at the moat and one of the guardhouses right in front of the Imperial Palace here. Well, don't forget tonight here on ABC, the Cinderella Makes Her Own Magic. Drew Barrymore and Angelica Houston star in the network premiere of Ever After. It's tonight here on ABC at 7, 6 Central.
Number 3, representing USA, Sarah Hughes.
Meanwhile, the ladies' free skate continues as Sarah Hughes steps onto the ice. The 15-year-old from Great Neck, New York, had all kinds of problems in the short program. That's why she is in 5th place heading into the second portion of this competition. U.S. silver medalist doing a little housekeeping right now. Got to clean the ice. What does that do to you as a skater?
If you hit a piece of material on the ice, it can grind your blade to a halt, take a bad fall.
And she is skating to Don Quixote. This is a wonderful number for her. She's opening with this double axel. critical move for her coming up. This triple Salchow, triple loop combination, very difficult. Very nice. Shows what a competitor she is already at 15.
Now with that hard combination behind her, the triple loop. Nice. Look at the character.
A couple of silvers and a bronze medal in the Grand Prix series. She says that every time she goes into a competition, she goes in thinking that she's going to win. But I never ever think, well, maybe I can finish second, stand on the podium.
Her coach Robin Wagner says this free skate is more demanding emotionally this year, and they're really trying to get her to portray a character and perform a dance. Spectacular spiral. Final triple flip.
Fifth in the world last season. Such a tender age, and what a statement it would make here in Tokyo just weeks before the World Championships as to what to expect from Sarah.
Absolutely gorgeous layback spin. Could be a little bit faster.
She has two triples left. The triple Lutz, if she gets past this, she's in good shape. And right there, two-footed, unfortunate.
And this final triple toe.
Boy, she'd love to post a big score and go sit in the clubhouse, as they say in golf, but the big guns fight it out and put the pressure on them. Remember, Butyrskaya, Kwon, Slutskaya still to come. And from Slutskaya, we'll see the same music, hear the same music, and see the difference in the two programs.
This final combination spin, very strong ending.
Whoa, she's kind of straying off center on that spin at the end.
But I think she's got the character down. It was a beautiful program. She completed 6 triples in this program.
And that is so important because the judges are definitely looking for the expression of the character within the music. And this is where Sarah Hughes has really grown.
And what a step after the short program, too. All the problems in the short, but not here in the free skate. A couple of little bobbles and mistakes, as Peter mentioned. But Sarah Hughes, well, that's a terrific comeback here in the second portion.
This is a hard combination to do because you have to complete 6 rotations in under a second. First, the triple Salchow. She gets up in the air nicely and then has to leap right up into the triple loop, but the foot not quite around. However, we see a nice landing executed. And this was too bad at the end of the program. The triple Lutz, she doesn't quite get the height, and she really only completes 2.5 rotations there. She wanted 3.
Robin Wagner, her coach, alongside. Got a big kiss and a hug from her as she left the ice a moment ago. Now the marks for Sarah Hughes. 5 6s and a 5-7 for technical merit.
5-6.
And remember how important these are, setting up the standings going into the super final, dictating who meets whom and for what placement. Presentation marks now 5-6, a couple of those in 5-7s.
Well, she was such a solid competitor out there, and that was a beautifully choreographed program and paced very well, and she really handled it.
3 5.6s, by the way, Peggy, and every one of the judges putting her in first place at the moment. And there's a look at Michelle Kwan getting ready backstage. She is still to skate here, but up next, the 99 world champ Maria Butirskaya in third place after the short program, trying to move up and maybe win gold eventually here.
4番マリア・ブッテルスカヤさん、ロシア。
Welcome back to Tokyo and the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Final, presented by Kia Motors. Terry Gannon alongside Peggy Fleming and Peter Carruthers. Here we are with Maria Butirskaya taking the ice. At the moment, you've got Sarah Hughes of the U.S. in the lead. And remember, Michelle Kwan and Arina Slutskaya still to skate here in the second portion of the competition. And Maria in third place after the short program, having to come back. But as we mentioned earlier, many times we've seen her come back and skate very well when the spotlight and the focus is on others.
She is a very driven competitor. She works very hard and takes this very seriously. And her opening jump is a very difficult combination. Triple Lutz, triple toe is what she has planned. And only does a double toe, but very well.
Nonetheless, she looks much more relaxed, and that's key for her.
Because nerves play a big part in the destruction of many performances.
Oh gosh, you are so right.
That's a heck of a line, actually. Write that one down.
Opened out on that triple flip. That was only a double.
Peggy, not to ask for a date and time, but do you remember a performance in your life, in your career, where you could point and say, nerves really did me in that night? I doubt it.
Well, not that I can remember, because it's so far, so long ago.
Not that long ago.
No.
Difficult combination for her. It will be a triple toe, half loop, triple sow cow. And she opted to leave out the second part of that combination, playing it a little safe.
And that's okay to do.
There goes the timing. Once again, rushing, not bending the knees.
Well, she looks like she's skating very carefully, very cautious.
I think her loss at the NHK Trophy in Japan to Arina Slutskaya may have taken some of the spirit out of Maria Butirskaya. She skated extremely well as she could skate. There were some mistakes for Slutskaya, yet the judges still put her ahead of Maria.
About tilting on that double
Looks like
toe.
her boot is coming unlaced.
Her laces are...
Yeah, her right foot.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's exactly right.
How would you even try to jump? Would that be...
That can't be done.
Yeah, her right boot.
Very nice spin combination.
Well, there's an ad for Velcro.
Well, actually, it looks like maybe just it was long laces. It didn't really come untied.
Right.
Just came untucked.
Because she'd be reaching down right now if there was a problem, going, oh, I can't believe that came undone, but it doesn't appear to be the case. At this point, the lace is not out, but she had a beautiful opening triple Lutz and a nice double toe loop right after that. That started off the program in a very good way. And again, knee bend is crucial. She throws her upper body into the jump and does not make it work with the lower half, and that is why she failed on that. Even though the boot was actually tied, it is a distraction that that lace is out, so that could have been toying with her mind a little bit toward the end of the program.
So while one world champion goes to the kiss and cry area and ties her boots or takes the laces off, another one is set to skate. Michelle Kwan will be next, the three-time world champion. And now the marks for Maria. She sits alongside her coach, Elena Tchaikovskaya. 5.3 to 5.5 the range for technical merit.
Well, she only completed 3 triple jumps in this entire program, and she had the look of disappointment on her face throughout this program.
Presentation marks now all the way up to 5.9 from the Russian judge, but 5 of the 7 judges putting Maria Butyrskaya into second place. Well, the 2 leaders and headliners come up next. Lutskaya skates in just a little bit, but when we come back, it's Michelle Kwan who will take the ice. Can she stay in the top 2, maybe even grab the lead here? We'll find out next.
The rulebook of figure skating is brought to you by Dan and Light and Fit. Light just got fitter.
The rulebook of figure skating requires that skaters perform the combination spin in both the short and free program. In the free program, it must be at least 10 revolutions. It must include a change of foot, and it may consist of any number of positions. This is the combination spin. Now to the sit spin, to the back sit, and then finally a well-centered scratch spin.
Down to the final 2 skaters here in the ladies free skate in Tokyo, and they are the marquee names. Right now, it's Sarah Hughes in the lead over Maria Butyrskaya, then Tatiana Malinina. But here is the 3-time and reigning world champion, Michelle Kwan, 20 years of age, from Torrance, California, having to come from behind. She is currently in second.
She's skating to the music, Song of the Black Swan. Jump, this triple loop, back edge takeoff, and she only did a double. She fell on that in the warm-up.
Well, if the point is that Michelle has got to up the technical difficulty of her program, that's not a good start.
Well, it may have opened that door again. And now this triple, she has to do triple toe. Triple toe, good for her.
First time this year, Peggy?
Yes, first time. Now coming up, her combination triple Lutz double toe. Solid as ever.
absolutely has brilliant use of her arms throughout this program.
It is so well choreographed. Lori Nickel knows her so well. And she executes it so well. Out on that triple flip. Final triple coming up, this triple Lutz. Let's look into this. Very nice. And her final death drop into this scratch spin right there. Well, not the usual, dynamic performance out of Michelle, but she did land 5 clean triples in this program. So she got, the basic job done, but not the usual spark.
But a couple of openings with those jumps.
Absolutely.
Opening up on 2 of her triples. Question is it enough to get it into the super finals?
And here's a look at the triple-triple combination that was so crucial in this number. Very nice, easy first triple. The second triple a little tighter and a little shaky on the landing, but she got it done. And this was her triple flip that was intended to be a triple, but it ended up being a double. The free leg swinging wide, and it wasn't tight turns in the air.
To get to the super final, she has to be in the top 2. So right now, she's got to overtake Sarah Hughes at the top of the leaderboard and wait for Arina Slutskaya to skate. The first set now for technical merit, 5.6 to 5.8.
Well, she is such a tough competitor to open the program and miss that first triple loop and then go on and complete that triple. That's a real step forward for her.
Now presentation marks 5.7 up to 5.9 to 5.9. One from the German judge, one from the Canadian judge. So Michelle Kwan is able to do it. She moves into the lead over Sarah Hughes. Up next, Arina Slutskaya. She won this event last year. She's trying to defend her title. She will skate right after this message and a word from our ABC stations. No trip to Tokyo would be complete without a trip to the Asakusa shopping market. You can pick up just about any trinket or souvenir imaginable in this part of town. A reminder, our coverage continues here in Tokyo next weekend. On Saturday, the top teams in pairs and dance compete. And then Sunday, it'll be the men. Timothy Gable, Yevgeny Plushenko, and the rest here at the ISU Grand Prix Final, presented by Kia Motors. It all happens next weekend here on ABC, and you can follow all the action at ESPN.com, keyword ABC Sports. One skater left in the ladies free skate. Michelle Kwan is in the lead right now over Sarah Hughes. So two Americans at the top, then Maria Butirskaya. But taking the ice, the defending champion of the Grand Prix, Irina Slutskaya, the 22-year-old from Moscow, and she has the lead after the short program. It's not often you get to watch the top skaters in the world. And here we talk about Slutskaya and Kwan go head-to-head maybe 3 straight times. The short program, the free skate, and then the super final.
And she is skating to Don Quixote, the same music that Sarah Hughes skated to.
A much faster tempo with this version of Don Quixote.
And she is opening with a very difficult triple-triple combination. Triple Lutz, triple loop. Here's the triple Lutz. Good spring, but she chose to not do it as a combination. She may do it later in the program. And now another triple-triple combination. Also very difficult. Triple Salchow, triple loop. Back edge, inside edge.
Down.
And
turning.
And only did a double.
Explain that, Peter, if you would.
You're supposed to have a continuous edge when you land the jump and then leap up into the second jump. She did a little turn on the ice before she did the second jump.
Six of the 7 judges put her in first place ahead of Michelle Kwan in the short program.
Up is this triple Lutz. She'll probably try to do this into this combination she had planned earlier.
No.
Yes, and she tried it again, but failed again.
One very interested spectator, I'm sure, backstage now. Sarah Hughes thinking, ooh, maybe I have a chance to get into the top 2. Need some more mistakes by Irina Slutskaya, though.
On these spirals, not that great. Nice triple flip. Good spring to this jump into a double axel.
Slutskaya continues to get stronger, Peter. Sarah Hughes can, even if she did have any chance earlier, start thinking about the bronze medal, not a fight for the gold medal here.
But this is what's important. Irina Slutskaya is getting stronger toward the end of her performance.
This is her final combination spin. She has good speed in these spins. Well, she also made some mistakes in her program, but she ended up completing 6 triples in this program. So she skated actually very well.
Yes, and I liked how she really turned it on toward the end. Very strong finish for her.
It's one of the things that makes this sport what it is. It depends on what your priority is and what you like to watch. For the judges right now, who do you put where? Arina Slutskaya, Michelle Kwan, different approaches, different styles. We'll see in a moment.
First jumping sequence in her program, the triple Lutz. The right foot picks in. She gets very nice height on this. A little bit of a lean. She was supposed to do this in combination, but because she was leaning, she couldn't do the combination. And here's the triple sow cow. Gets up into the air nicely there, and then does that three turn that I was talking about in between the double loop. But she did keep things moving through the program. Triple Lutz right there, and then, as you mentioned, Peggy, trying to put in that combination for more credit. It just didn't work.
Round one went to Slutskaya. What about round two? Now the marks as she slits along with her coach, side her coach, Anna Grimova. Technical merit marks in the 5'6" to 5'8" range. 5'6" coming from the Canadian judge. Very similar to those of Michelle Kwan's, by the way.
Presentation.
And now for presentation, 5.7 up to 5.9. Those are enough. Slutskaya has won both rounds here. In fact, it is a 4-3 split. Three of the judges putting her in second place. So Slutskaya in the lead over Michelle Kwan. The two will meet again in a few moments for the gold. So it's Slutskaya with the edge here in the free skate over Michelle Kwan. Sarah Hughes in third place over Maria Butyrskaya. That's a huge step. But the super final next. Last year, Slutskaya lost the first two portions of the event, then won the championship. That's what Michelle Kwan will be trying to do. The super final, Kwan, Slutskaya. They'll meet here in Tokyo at the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating final next. She has been chasing Michelle Kwan since 1996, when she was the chubby-cheeked spinning top who won bronze at Worlds. But Arina Slutskaya has now grown up, and last year at the Grand Prix finals, she caught her rival.
No one's number one forever. You just have to realize that you have to keep on improving, or, you know, the competition's just gonna go right past you.
And so the evolution of Michelle Kwan continues. With style and substance, she captured her 5th national crown just 4 weeks ago.
I don't think it's about proving myself anymore. Now it's just being able to put it on the line when the time counts.
That time has now come, because over the last 2 seasons in the Grand Prix series, only one woman has been able to beat Michelle Kwan. Her name, Arina Slutskaya.
Representing USA, Michelle Kwan.
Welcome back inside Yoyogi Stadium here in Tokyo, everyone. We're getting set now for the super final. The top 2 skaters in the world squaring off. Terry Gannon, Peter Carruthers, and Peggy Fleming with you. Michelle Kwan taking on Arina Slutskaya. Slutskaya has won the past 2 matchups between the two, but of course Kwan won the World Championships last year. Guys, who do you like?
Well, I think, you know, Slutskaya, how things have been kind of falling into place. I don't know. I kind of think Arina.
Peter?
I'm going to take Slutskaya. She's won everything this season.
All right, I'll split the difference at least. I'll take Michelle.
Well, she has a brand new program. This is the debut of it, the Miraculous Mandarin. Opening combination, triple combination, triple toe.
Oh,
Triple toe, double footed at the second triple.
tried to fight through it.
But she did land it earlier today. Now this triple loop, she had trouble in the warm-up.
And again, she doubled it. She doubled it in the last free program also.
second free skate of the day.
It is very tough on the skaters.
Last year, Michelle Kwan won the first 2 rounds of the Grand Prix final, then lost in the super final to Slutskaya.
And there, a single axle. I don't think that this program is very convincing so far.
Well, it's brand new. It's the first time we have ever seen it. We didn't even see her do this in practice. New choreographer, Peter Opegard, choreographed this. Nice triple flip. It takes a long time for a skater to have a program really gel. You have to be able to do this program in your sleep. She started working on this program right after the national championship. So it is very, very new for her.
She won her 5th U.S. title in Boston this year. This is very halting music, isn't it? Jarring?
It's very different for Michelle. She always tries to select music that's very different. People don't hear every day. Her final triple, this triple Lutz. A little unsteady on that landing.
Not the debut she had hoped for.
I respect the fact that she wants to do something different, but I think she needs to come a little more mainstream to make it more familiar for people.
So Irina Slutskaya getting ready to take the ice here, stepping out to warm up as Michelle Kwan is going to head to the kiss and cry area now. Well, in a while, after she receives all the flowers and kisses from the front row and the teddy bears as well.
This is the first combination in her program. This is what she started with, the triple toe loop, triple toe loop. However, watch the second jump. She doesn't complete the rotation, 2-footed right there. She was better in the last program on this. And this was supposed to be a triple loop, but she was only able to double it. Right there you can see only 2 rotations, falling short. Not a good way for her to start the program. But at the end of the program, the triple Lutz, she does pull that off. She is able to execute.
She and Frank Carroll settling in now, and the first set of marks for Michelle, 5.6, the low mark from the German judge, up to 5.8.
5-7. Presentation.
And now the presentation, and Peggy, those are higher.
Yes, and it just, you know, she has such command of the audience usually, and I think this didn't have quite the punch that they were hoping for.
And it was an experiment, the first time that she has skated this program in front of an audience.
Representing Russia, Irina Slutskaya.
Now, what will Irina Slutskaya do as she steps out there for her super final free skate? The 22-year-old from Moscow, who has been on a roll lately. She just won the European Championship for the 4th time in her career. She won the Russian National Championship. She is the defending champion of this event, and that win last season really reaffirmed her status among the world's best. Remember, she was coming off an awful season the year before when she almost gave up the sport.
And she is skating to Carmen, the number she did last year that was so successful, probably the best number I have ever seen her do. The costume is extremely flattering. It really improves her body line. And this is not a risky number for her because she knows this very well. And she's opening with a triple Lutz, triple loop combination. Triple Lutz.
Oh, she takes a big spill on that. Gets up with a smile, but right away she's got to regroup because she does have another triple planned. First, the triple sow cow. Let's see if she does the second triple. No, she only does a double loop, playing it safe.
Last year at the Grand Prix final, which she won, she did 2 triple combinations, including that triple loop at the end off of the triple Lutz. First time that a woman had ever done that in competition.
I think this number really flatters her skating, and she really gets into the mood of Carmen.
Sounds to me like you're not so high on the free skate she's using this year.
No, I think I like this one better. This was a good choice for her to do tonight, and it wasn't risky at all. Something that has worked very well for her in the past.
Really telegraphs, meaning she takes a long time to set that up.
Good speed on this combination spin. She is such a wonderful jumper. She gets such spring on her jumps. Nice triple toe loop. This final layback spin. That leg can be turned out a little bit more. But she had some spark, good speed.
And I think she picked a piece of music where you can really see her personality come out on top of the difficult jumps that she has in her program.
Well, Michelle has beaten her this year, but Arina Slutskaya has won the last 2 matchups between the two, and she may have just won another one right here in Tokyo. Much different approach for her, using a program that she is used to. She used it last year. Michelle Kwan using a brand new free skate, and you could see the difference.
And here was her opening triple Lutz jump. Watch her tap in, going very nice in the air, and going into the triple loop, which she was leaning, and she could not finish those rotations and ended up falling out of this. And this was her triple sow cow, the back inside edge takeoff, good lift in the air, and right up into the double loop.
Well, Arina Slutskaya not only heading back with a lot of flowers, but a little lipstick from the kisses in the front row, and now more from Michelle Kwan. And actually, not only flowers and teddy bears, but a bag from the Gap. I saw somebody threw that out there.
How did she have time to go shopping?
I know.
There's always time.
Well, these two are friends. They compete against each other so often and are around each other on the road. Technical merit marks, 5.7 up to 5.9.
Well, she completed 6 triple jumps in this program, and she skated very well.
And the presentation marks now 5.6 from the American judge up to 5.9. 6 of the 7 judges here putting Arina Slutskaya ahead of Michelle Kwan. So she is once again the champion of the Grand Prix final.
And as a result, Irina Slutskaya from Russia is new champion in the ladies, and Michelle Kwan from USA finishes second.
So as we check the final standings, Arina Slutskaya wins the gold medal, Michelle Kwan the silver. Sarah Hughes beats Maria Butyrskaya one-on-one here in Tokyo to win the bronze medal. And a look now at our MCI WorldCom winning moment. Arina Slutskaya skating to gold, gaining momentum for the World Championships. She has beaten Michelle Kwan 3 straight times now. Both of them are joined by our own Susie Wynn. Susie?
Thanks, Terry. Michelle, put in perspective just how hard it is to do 2 programs in the same day.
Well, it's tough on all the skaters. It's really tough, you know, to switch gears when you're doing 2 long programs. And it's, first of all, it's hard adjusting to the time. I don't know what time zone I'm in for. And, you know, my second long program is brand new, so I only had 2 weeks to work on it. And so my head, in my first long program, I was like, okay, I want to remember the second one, and you just get ahead of yourself, so you just have to take your time and pace yourself.
Now, once you have time to work on the new program, will you be taking it to the World Championships?
You know what? I have not decided yet. I've got a couple weeks before Worlds, and I'm going to sit down with Frank and really talk about what our plans are for Worlds.
And take a little break. Now, Irina, you've had a very successful season. How confident are you going into the World Championships?
I'm just taking a rest for 1 week, and after I start work again, then go to the Worlds.
Sounds like everybody wants to take a rest before the World Championships.
Yeah, I think that's
Well, good luck and enjoy your rest. Terry, back to you.
All right, Susie, 2 skaters in the days of their prime will meet again at the World Championships.
These are the days you will remember for the rest of your life. These are the memories you'll pack in a box and you'll pull out sometimes. So pick your flowers, count the seconds, roll the dice, and baby, don't wait until it's too late. Put a smile on your face. These are the days.
Our coverage of the Grand Prix final continues next weekend here in Tokyo. On Saturday, we'll have the pairs and ice dancers. Then on Sunday, the men skate for gold. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword ABC Sports. Right now, let's go to our Wide World of Sports studio in New York to join John Saunders.